marriage.
The ruling on a child born from invalid marriage. Where's the question come from? That's from Grand Rapids? Okay, tell you, I'm him. Child is born. There is no ruling. Child is on earth now. Someone has to take care of the child, look after the child, feed the child, educate the child, raise the child as a Muslim. As far as the man or the husband or the woman or the wife, etc., that's a different story. Okay? A child that comes from illegal fluids, It's not lawful fluids, it's not marriage. It's conceived illegally. The father does not have the right to claim that child. The ascription is not given to the child from the father. But do we even have that nowadays in 2018 in our secular lifestyle? What's your last name if I ask you right now? Is it your father's name? Is it Ibn Fulan? Or is it Davis or Jennings or Jenkins or Martin or whatever else your last name is? Where does that come from? We discussed this in Kitab al-Iman. Discussed this in Kitab al-Iman about those who attribute themselves to other than their fathers. Nah? And that they're free from the Messenger of Allah. They made kufr. We explained what these hadiths mean. Go back to that, right? 3 years ago we explained this. If you have a last name, does that mean that's your father's name? Everyone understand this? Is that your father's name? Are you giving yourself a different name if you change your last name to Abdus Salam? Everyone understand this? We explained this. So for the child to be attributed to his father through marriage or lawful concubinage, okay? I was reading the book and someone said in Islam, there's no sexual relations unless marriage. That's what the author said in the book. It says period. That's what it said, period. There's no lawful sexual relations in Islam except for marriage. That is not what? That's not true. That's not what? It's not true. Is there jihad? That's not, but that ruling absolutely being mentioned like that is what? Is inaccurate. And that's going against the Quran and the Sunnah. That could be a statement of kufr. Because Allah clearly says, إِلَّا عَلَى أَزْوَاجِهِمْ أَوْ مَا مَلَكَتْ أَيْمَانُهُمْ فَإِنَّهُمْ غَيْرُ مَلُومِينَ فَمَنْ ابْتَغَى وَرَاءَ ذَلِكَ فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْعَادُونَ. So we have to be mindful of what we say. How you say it, talking to a teenager, you shouldn't have no relations unless it's your wife. That's one thing. What's the chance of a 60-year-old Muslim having a concubine? Lawful in Islam. But that doesn't mean that you write that and put it in your book like that. Everyone understand the difference? Because that's takleeb, that's denying Allah's rulings. Allah says, except for their wives or that which their right hands possess. You understand this? So in Islam, the child from marriage takes his father's name. The child of lawful concubinage, I said lawful, legislated. Everyone understand this? The Sharia, not you have a girlfriend and you say it's my right hand possession. Or you kidnap. No. Talking about the deen. The child is attributed to his what? His father. Everyone understand this? Other than that, the child is not attributed to the father. He's attributed to the mother. Al-waladu lil-firash. The child belongs to the bed, meaning he who owns the bed, the house. It's my wife, I own the house, I own the bed. The child takes my name. So if it isn't one of those two things, then the child is not attributed to the father in Al-Islam. But in our secular lifestyle, who from among us is attributed to our father on name or on paper? If I ask your passport right now, does it say your father's name? Sheikh?
Khan.
That's your father's first name?
Muhammad Khan.
Khalid, yes or no? Everyone understand the point? And the same applies to rules of inheritance and many other issues because we live in church and state being separated. There's certain hadiths and rulings that don't even they can't even be applied, unfortunately. So what's the true difference here? The child is going to be named such and such, zina or marriage. Everyone understand this? In Islam, can you say that this is my child? It's from zina? Or say there's a child from other than zawaj? We've explained the misconception about that hadith as well. The child of the bed is the lawful child and not the what? Unlawful child. Legitimate child is the child of the bed and not the opposite. As many brothers and sisters say. They say there's a child of the bed. That's a wrong understanding of the hadith. Everyone understand this? As far as living in a society in which people make zina like they drink spring water, day and night, every aspect of the culture is surrounding zina. Cartoons have zina in them. You learn about love and romance, Pepe Le Pew, Bugs Bunny, all these things. What? Muppet Babies, Miss Piggy. You learn about that from what? From day one. You learn about this from day one. Giving a girl a kiss. And unfortunately in 2018, you may learn about it giving a boy a kiss. Waliyadu billah. Or two Papa Bears being in the story, taking care of a baby bear. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. In books today. Huh? Two father gooses. Or geese, whatever, however you say it. Back in the day it was only what? Mama goose. Huh? Papa bear, mama bear. 2018 it may be what? A'udhu billah. Ithnain, huh? Two Papa Bears in one story. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. May Allah protect our children. This is not a joke, this is serious. But the fact of the matter is that the child learns about zina from day one. Movies, cartoons, comic books, school. It's okay to have a girlfriend. Sweet 16, Valentine's Day, kiss a girl. The list goes on. You learn about zina. So the people, they keep making zina, they keep having these illegal children, and the first thing that they say is, that's not my child. It's a child of the bed. It's a child of zina. In other words, there's no responsibility anymore. I sleep around, she gets pregnant, and it's what? Not my child. And then another say what? It's not my child. And the next thing you know, we have a bunch of children around with no father, no provider, no caretaker, no name, no nothing. And that is exactly what has happened. And that is fake piety and convenience. We implement the sunnah when it's what? Convenient for us. I don't feel like paying for that child. I'm no longer with his mother or whatever. So therefore it's not my what? It's not my child. It's the child of the bed. That's going to lead to many, many, many problems. So how can you sit here and look at the child and the child looks just like you? Your nose, your eyes, your facial expressions, your big toes on the child. And you don't give the child a dime. And then you say what? Oh, that's before Islam, that's in Jahiliyyah. Khalas. What type of stuff is this? How much stuff do you have, Khalid, from Jahiliyyah in your house? If you went around, how much stuff do you hold on from Jahiliyyah? Pictures, right? Timberland box of money, illegal haram money, pictures. Back in the day, I was this, I was that. Do people get rid of those things? They still have them. They still cherish them. They still have relationships and connections with Jahiliyyah. But the child, the responsibility, the burden, that's what? Cut that off. That's a problem. That's a what? It's a huge problem. So we have to be mindful of all of these rulings, and Allah knows best.